listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Wednesday, the hump day of a world that we think is reality. Nah. Wake up, everybody. How's my 9 to 5ers? You made it through. You're now on the down end of the work week. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah, well, I wish we could say the same for those hurricanes that were supposed to come this way. Missed me again. Missed me by that much. Now, if I would have gotten in my car and driven 45 minutes north, I might have gotten a breeze. But Idalia turned into a Category 3 with 120 mile an hour winds as it reached the coastline. So maybe I'm all right with it not really hitting me. However, do not put me in the range where there's hurricane warnings and don't come by. I don't need 8 hours of rain. I mean, we get that every day here in Florida. Well, you know, at 3 o'clock, they build up and then the storms come and we get drenched. And then, the next day happens, do it all over again. No worse than a thunderstorm over here. And of course, I put up some shorts and some TikTok videos with thanks to Doc Skinner actually promoting them on his TikTok account. And anyway, I guess I should count my blessings. Although I would have liked to have seen 60 mile an hour winds. 60 would have been nice. All right, tonight we're going to talk about what reality looks like. And I know you probably think, what do you mean? Well, it's not what we think. But you already know this. You already know it. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. And I'm not saying you're going to put on some magic glasses and see things like in the movie They Live. No. Although that is a possibility that we are living in a frequency-based world where our whole reality can change in a blink of an eye. And we wouldn't know it because we also get reset at the same time, right? That's not the reality I'm talking about. I'm talking about the reality we live in. I did a little experiment about a year or so ago. I didn't watch the news at all for a week. Then it turned into 2 weeks. Then it turned into a month. And then I started peeking back in because some things started happening. But I tell you what, all my fears went away. You know, everything just disappeared. I was living in my reality, not the reality the government, the entertainment, the mainstream media wants me to look at and believe in. That's the reality I'm talking about. So I stopped watching TV, basically, and anything with the news, you know, that. Basically. I really didn't look at it at all. I didn't worry about end of day scenarios. I didn't worry about a food shortage, a water shortage. Yes, I'm a little bit less informed in case there's an emergency happening, but you know what? The phones give off emergencies if there's a real one. They just tested the system. It worked. We had tornado warning in the beginning of the hurricane getting close where I live. That was nice. That showed up on the phone as an emergency. So I think everything we buy, everything we do, everywhere we go, it's all based on what we watch on TV. And I don't like that. We'll talk a little bit about that. Let's do a little roll call and get this shindig on the road. Who's here tonight? Who made an appearance? Oh, we'll start off like this. Ben, the Yorkshire Gaffonian, with the £3 3 quid, stepped it up. You didn't have to do that. To $3, £3 3 quid super dono. Ben, welcome to the show, and thank you for contributing to Goof On with the super dono. And it's a super chat, but a super dono. It's a donation with no emoji and no comment. It's pure love here at Goof On. And Ben and I are okay with that. Thanks, man. I appreciate your support. I almost said it, but I didn't. Thank you. Hey, Dorothy, welcome to the show. Dorothy, a continuing supporter of Goof On as well, with $2 super dono as well. Yeah, it's the words of the day. Thank you, Dorothy. Mucho gusto, generoso, Dorothy Hawkins. Thanks, Dorothy. I try to be original on everyone. Who's this? Is it? It is the Angel of Goof On. I know you've been a member longer than that, right? Maybe silently, I don't know. I can't believe, but a silent supporter, been a silent supporter from April? Glad you're safe from the storm. I think you meant been a silent supporter. Thank you very much, Jeanette, for showing the support out in the open, not afraid to be a Goofonian, and the Angel of Goof On. Thank you, Jeanette, for everything, really. Thank you. I appreciate that. Beautiful love here. And Dinkamazi, look at this, holy mother. Since the beginning. Sweet 16. You know, every month, members get a one free chat. Yay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Dinkum. You've been here a minute. Man, you've seen a lot of stuff come and go, so I appreciate the support even in the later stages of GoofOn. Thanks, everybody. You can also help support GoofOn. Same way, Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. Even on the homepage of GoofOn now, they put the links. Yay, YouTube. Still shadow banned like a mofo. But everybody is, I'm learning. Not just here. Not just ufology. The paranormal. It's amazing to me how far and wide the shadow ban goes. Reaches, that's what I should have said. It reaches far and wide. All right, let's get to work. So, what was I talking about before? Oh, the one, not reality. All right, while I'm thinking, I know where I gotta go. I need to get everybody on board. Cannot forget this. You know it's coming. Our daily dose of truth from Mr. Lou Eleganzo.
The Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO community.
Insurgencies. What did he say? Hey, I don't give a shit about ufology. I don't care about UFOs. I hate everything about the subject. However, I was asked to do a job that I did, and I did. I did. Did it very well. I created sock accounts. I bullied GoofOn and friends. I actually thought Greer was paying everybody off to talk bad about me. And Rich Giordano said I flattened my wife after sex. No, during sex. During. One of the last times you'll see me drinking a Boost. Switching over to, what's it called? Muscle milk. Maybe. All right. I have to remind you every day that these people aren't here for disclosure. And when we get evidence like that, we just got to keep playing it over and over and over and over and over. It's okay to be on this side. It really is. Of ufology. Oh, come on. See? All right. Remember in 1950, whatever, what was it, 52, they said there was a fleet of UFOs that flew over the Capitol, and they keep showing this video. Remember the one? It's kind of looks like, I don't know, just blurry bullshit floating by. Well, everybody thinks that's real. They think this is the real deal. It's not. And I just wanted to bring this up because a lot of people think this is the real thing. It's not. This is from a movie. Your mother's got 19 leg licks. You know, I don't understand why that would even happen. It was CGI for a TV movie broadcast on British TV in 2005 titled UFOs, The Secret Evidence. They even have the link here in case you wanted to watch it. But it's not real. So you guys can stop posting this. You know who you are, grifters. That is from a movie. Capiche? So let's stop saying this is real. It really happened. The event did. but there has never been any recorded evidence of it. Well, apparently there was, but it was confiscated. See? All right. Just a little histoire for you, just a little history lesson. Something I didn't know where that originated from. I knew it wasn't real, but I had no idea it came from that movie. All right. A little more history as we go along, a little uplifting history, you might want to say, because it has to do with schoolyard sightings. You know those Ariel and, the Zimbabwe? Well, this one isn't a schoolyard landing, but a UFO landing at a public park witnessed by school children. This footage of the eyewitnesses discussing the 89 Voronezh. It's V-O-R-O, Voronezh, N-E-Z-H, Voronezh, Soviet Union. Giant robotic humanoids. Some of what the eyewitnesses described seeing. Outwardly, he looked like any other man, only he was huge. Later, he suddenly disappeared. A creature started coming out of the UFO. It did not look like a human. It was much taller than humans. It did have shoulders, but we couldn't see the head, said a witness. A big man with 3 eyes, but no head or shoulders. How? How do they all have something different? And they were all right there. A lot of people think that these aliens, these visitors come in with the frequency device and they change reality because of the frequencies that everything is done through frequencies. Is it not? Anyway, watch this. It's a video that they show their evidence and all this stuff. It's kind of cool. Something you don't see every day, right? We'll play a minute or so. Giddy up. Oh, and it's from Eyes on Cinema, one of my favorite places on YouTube to visit.
September of 1989, something happened in the city of Voronezh, 200 miles south of Moscow, which caught the attention of the world press. For several weeks, strange lights were seen over the city. Then on September the 27th, it was reported that a spacecraft landed in one of the city's public parks, from which 3 alien giant figures emerged. Drawings of the landings by children who were there capture the event vividly. Sergei Makarov was one of the school children who was in the Voronezh park.
I gotta pause it here and there. You know what I like? Everybody loves watching or listening to kids talk about their UFO report, right? Because there's something about the innocence and the untainted mind of a child, which can bring both the imagination, some wondrous things that you and I wouldn't be able to think of if we wanted to, and also there's some truth in there. So, with kids, here you see it. They've got no heads, right? But they look humanoidish, right? They still have the remaining limbs and even maybe some sort of head device. But there's the UFO that these kids drew and saw, egg-shaped, 9-foot aliens. There it is. See, no neck, basically. That's cool. It kind of does look robotic, right? It's wild, man. Just wild. What a scene. I like this one here. It's cool. Very cool.
I remember a crowd that gathered around the place. Everybody was scared. Everybody turned pale. I was absolutely flabbergasted.
Denis Mozhenko was also one of the boys in the park on that day in September 1989.
I saw some traces there, and also a strange man. Outwardly, he looked like any other man, only he was huge. A moment later, he suddenly disappeared.
He kind of looked like an NBA ball player, Shaquille O'Neal. All right, we get it. Yeah. Oh, it was an amazing. I looked up and there it was. You notice how they always have him looking upward or... Anyway, I like the teddy bear touch. That's good. You want to bring your teddy bear with you, Nina? This way you don't feel so scared talking about those tall aliens. I want to bring Bobo with me. Can Bobo come with me? All right. And then he talks about, oh, it's landed over there and we were smoking weed in the bushes. Lots of weed.
Here, it flew, then hung at the level of a poplar tree.
What is poplar?
This one, nearby.
Right at the level of the top of the poplar tree, huh?
No,
Where?
in the middle part of it.
Sure, not as you are told, but as you saw it yourself.
Here, well, somewhere over there. Could you see? See this lamp on the pole, approximately at this level.
And so clear, and where? Near the poplar.
Yes, and right here, where Yuri Sergachev, right there, stood, sat down there, landed, and the light changed. Stood for 10 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes.
I really don't know. It was there for 5 minutes, maybe 10. You know, that's a big difference. That's twice as long as what you just said. I say a minute to 2 minutes, all right, I understand. But 5 to 10? Come on, guy. Show me you can do this, kid. I'm not impressed with 5 to 10. You can't be switching shit. I don't know. Maybe it was 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. What? I don't know. It had nose, come out, it breathed. All right, let's see what he said.
The eyes were there, and there is the nose. You know, that's how it diverges.
Why?
He was about that height. We didn't see his face. Black himself was. His silhouette was visible.
Hold on, Chief. Hold on. Look at this.
Black himself was.
You know, I know it's a little blurry.
His silhouette.
But look at that, man. It is a lipstick case. No, it is a new condom. No, it's Condom Man. Stop it. I don't know. I guess this would be like the helmet, right? They just designed it funny back in those days. This is the back side of it. Because it looks like foot go this way. But then this foot go this way. I don't get picture. Something wrong with this picture. You notice in Russian, when they speak back in English, they always talk slower. And how come in Spanish sounds like they're talking faster? He just said, your mother is a... What? No! All right, let's move on. This is TASS, received number of calls. This is a place in Voronezh. It's an interesting sighting. Something that has never really made it big here in the States. And I guess that's because the wall just came down. I don't know. Right? It just came down in 89. 86? It was 86. I think it was 86. So the wall just came down. Oh, this is Russia, not Germany. Sorry. It all sounds the same. All right, here we go.
Сделать рисунки.
Дали каждому по листку бумаги, и в разных сторонах парка они нам нарисовали то, что увидели. При сопоставлении этих рисунков детали, многие детали совпадают. Моя фамилия Масалов, зовут меня Александр, инженер авиационного завода.
No, Mr. Gorbachev, yeah, that was Russia, wasn't it?
Значит, наша секция здесь проводила ряд исследований, то, что было нам посильно.
Here, a study was carried out with the help of a dowsing frame. Why?
биолокация, с помощью биолокационной рамочки мы...
The maximum deviation occurred just in the area of the landing marks. Oh, I see. They're using the dowsing rod to look for the energy disruption. Interesting.
Провели исследование этого места. Максимальное отклонение рамок произошло как раз...
In the area that eyewitnesses showed a magnetic survey. Okay.
Вот в районе, значит, вот этих отпечатков, то есть в той зоне, которую показывали очевидцы.
Using a quantum magnetometer. This device is impartial. Oh, thank goodness.
И магнитную съемку с помощью квантового магнитометра мы провели, значит, это прибор беспристрастный. Как раз тоже в этой зоне прибор начал отбивать нули.
Device showed increased intensity of magnetic field.
Росла интенсивность напряженности магнитного поля.
And that is when we GTFO'd. Good story. It's a good one. It's one, not really talked about that much. But here again, are children in a park, not at a school, that were witness. Now, the interesting thing about the aliens, and we talked about this, I think it was yesterday or the day before, they're making agreements with children. Remember this? They made a lifetime contract with children. This is what abductees were saying. That they don't care what age we are for some reason or another. As long as you could speak and answer question, then, hey, they'll make a deal with you. And can you imagine a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, and an alien has been, visiting them, being their little friend? Who's your little imaginary friend there, Richie? Bobo? Oh, Bobo. What is Bobo? He's an alien. Oh. And what planet is he from? He's not from a planet. He's a space traveler. Oh, a space traveler. Tell me more, Mr. Science Boy. How old are you? 7? I'll be 7 next month. So the aliens are looking at children as communicators and decision makers because they don't live by our rules. So they're making agreements with children. We can keep coming back and being your friend as long as you want. Would you like that, little Richie? Oh, would I? Are you going to bring more of those? Reese's Pieces? You bet. Ha ha! Yeah. Whatever you need. You can take me aboard your ship. I don't care. I'm only 7. It's a deal, John. It's a deal. Thanks, Bobo. See you next time. Maybe. And that's how the deals are struck in a abductee world. I almost said UFO land. Did I play this? Psychic fails. I think I played that yesterday. Yeah, we were going to do more psychic fails, but not now. I want to show you something really quick. This made me very angry today. I live right here. All they had to do was steer the storm just a little bit to the south, a little bit to the east, just a little for Uncle Richie. But no, it had to miss me and go over here. All right, I let it out. I forgot to remove that off my tab list, and when I was doing today, setting up today's show, I saw that from yesterday, and I'm like, freaking prediction, way off course. Way off course. What was I just going to do? Oh. Bear with me. Just a momento, eh? Eh? Oh. 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 Oh, no. They didn't show up here. Hold on. The videos. Okay, I see what's going on. Let's get rid of this. Get out of here. I'm a schmohawk. I'm a schmohawk. Hold on. Videos. All right. Just a quick, not everybody saw them, so I'm just showing the shorts. Just quickly, here's last
Hello,
night.
Goofonians.
This is when it started.
Visitors. Yep. The storm is just now starting to make its way, it seems like, on a consistent basis. It's windy, not extremely windy, but 15, 20 mile an hour winds. And I'm just north of Tampa in the Spring Hill area, and it's raining pretty good. So, I'll be doing more updates throughout the night, and as the storm gets worse, I'll begin to curse. Oh! It's
stupid. So that was the beginning one. I only made 3 videos because the storm was boring. For me. And you can't drive anywhere, kids. You can't, because you're going to get stuck. There's going to be a tree down. It's going to happen. Murphy's Law does it to me every time. And it almost did last night. But I made videos longer, like 9-10 minute videos on TikTok. But here's me driving. This is just in my neighborhood.
It seems like the hard stuff is finally here.
So I thought.
This is my neighborhood here. Everybody left town. It's just now starting to get bad. So
I thought.
Just thought I'd take a quick tour of where I live. It hasn't been too windy. We've had a couple of winds around, 30 miles an hour, but for the most part, it's been very mild. We've had harder thunderstorms, although the rain right now is starting to get more constant and heavy. So you can see the wind here it's starting to pick up a little bit. I guess it's hard to tell. We'll be back. More.
And finally,
hello, Goofonians. Well, 3 hours sleep and woke up to heavy rains. I had to fall asleep. I mean, it was bound to happen. I didn't miss anything. It barely was windy last night. It rained all night. And woke up about 10 minutes ago, and it's been raining pretty heavy, but the wind is really non-existent, for a hurricane. I haven't been able to look at the weather or the radar, but this is when landfall was supposed to happen. Pretty uneventful here in this part of Florida, just north of Tampa, 80 miles. Anyway, Goofonians, I survived. No big deal.
And that's that. All right. Let's move on back to ufology. I think I already showed this yesterday. I'm not sure, so I'm taking a chance. I'm going to do it again. Jeremy Corbell. He says this, because on Weaponized, they talked about John Lear. I didn't watch Weaponized. And this is the first episode I purposely didn't watch. What is going on with my green screen? Hold on, I think it's from the vape. See if it clears up. With a little bit of wind. Jeremy, named, according to him, I mean, he says he named John Lear the godfather of conspiracy. He goes, put on your UFO battle helmets and watch the new episode. But let's see what he says here in this 1 minute clip from Weaponized. I haven't watched it yet, so I really can't comment too much. But let's see what he says.
So John Lear had so many. I mean, I didn't give him the term godfather of conspiracy for nothing. He was this ominous figure in this world of UFOs, and some of the stuff he said was just sound absolute lunatic style, right? However, there were things that he said that ended up being true. So it's just kind of this guy you got to take in both hands, right and left hand, and try to.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that the same tactics that Jeremy Corbell uses? It's the same. You give the people what they want and a dose of reality. That's entertainment, folks.
Figure out the truth about John Lear.
Well, people view him with considerable skepticism today, and that is appropriate because some of the things he said are completely outrageous. And as we learned over the years, sometimes he would make claims that seemed to be designed to provoke a reaction as opposed to making a cogent argument.
Yeah, sometimes I think he would tell me stuff just to see if I would buy it. You know?
Wow, isn't that amazing? Sounds like somebody we know. If that's not calling the kettle black, the black, how does that, what is that? Hey, Johnny D threw down 2 bones. Hey, Goofon, I turned 55 on the 27th. Yep, I know. We played Happy Birthday yesterday for you. So thank you for the $2, Johnny D, trying to let everybody know for the second day in a row that he turned 55. Johnny, I don't know if you missed it or what, but we celebrated already. You only get one. One a year. Thanks, man. I appreciate the $2 and the support, as always. Mucho gusto generoso, you old motherfucker. And goosh all over old age. You'll be fine, Johnny. Hey, where'd he go? You'll be fine. Because let me tell you, you already know. You're already at 50 plus. Shit started going downhill for you 5 years ago. So I know you know. But let me tell you something about being 55. You can't drive it anymore. Heck goosh. All right, back to the show. Happy birthday, Jay.
You know, and how far he could take it. So it was really, you know, with him, it was really sifting, you know, what is true. It's like mining for gold, man. You know, you're trying to figure out what is true, what is not true. And maybe he was doing the same in his life.
And maybe you're doing the same tactics. Because bullshit sells. Reality doesn't. You know what's really sad about that? In this field, reality's fine. You don't need to make up stories. If you had a legitimate sighting, you don't need to add that you saw aliens or made contact with them. The fact that you saw something is good enough. But people, and I'm going to name names here, Whitley Strieber. Who's the other guy? Christopher Bledsoe. Another one, and there's a big list of them that go on and on, who may have had a really had a good experience. Maybe something happened, right? Maybe they did get abducted. They did have that experience initially, but the yearning to continually have that feeling of being in the presence of something nobody else on the planet's experiencing at the moment, that can do something to somebody's brain. And I'm sure they yearned for it to keep happening. And when it didn't happen, well, Whitley Strieber, the writer and author, whatever you want to call him, thought up, in my opinion, what would have happened if the aliens were regular visitors. And Bledsoe did the same thing. They added on to their stories because people believed the initial one. And it was such a high for these people that their ego wouldn't allow them to say enough's enough. See, that's what's different about Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar stayed away for 35 years or so, right? You want to know why? Because he was scripted. See, Bob Lazar doesn't make sense at all. At all. It goes against his personality. But the government 30-something years ago thought it would be interesting to see how the public would react to a guy saying that the government's out to kill me because I worked with aliens at S4. Remember how cheesy it was in the beginning? You could see it was Bob Lazar. There he is in darkness. No, I see him. Anyway, we'll move on. I don't know why I went that route. Yes, I do. Hey, that UFO chick's here. Valerian the Mac the Third. How are you, man? Man, what a big minute it's been. Good to see you back. Yeah, I do believe it's been a while. Hey, what's up, Solar Marshal? How you doing? Just saying hi to everybody. Mindfork, how are you? I don't know if anybody has given their condolences and well wishes to Amy at Alien Girl 111, but if you can, reach out. And her mother passed away a few days ago, so she's been taking a little bit of time off, but I think she was back today, right? I don't know, I fell asleep after I made that video. I fell back to sleep. I woke up at 12:30, went to the restroom, got ready to go work out. Got ready. Fell asleep. Woke up 6:01. About an hour before the show. All right, back to work. Anyway, good to see you. Yeah, just send her if you can. Just, she's a sweetheart. She lost her mom, and it's sad. It really is. Okay. I got to thank Dorothy for this next piece because I am interested to see how well we would do. Let me pull it up. This is who gets the first, second, and third Social Influencer Award this year. Nominate your favorite in so many categories. So here, you can submit for the Social Influencer Award. The awards recognize voices of influence regardless of follower count. Every voice counts. Nominate yourself or someone else in a variety of categories at socialinfluencer.awards.com. Nomination is free. Recognition is priceless. January 13th. Oh, wow. We've got a few months. Guys, you know what I'm asking. Nominate Goofon for Ufology, will you? I'm going to do it. Let's see where it takes us. Shall we? All right, I can't do that there. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Home of the influencers. All right. announced live on X Spaces. Interesting. Welcome to the Social Influencer Awards, where we recognize the best speak out influencers. SIA is dedicated to celebrating the most innovative and influential content creators who have made a significant impact speaking out, creating change. Join us in celebrating the achievements of these influential personalities. Look at all of the categories. My goodness. It doesn't matter your subscriber count. It doesn't matter what category. You can nominate yourself or someone you know. There's Tim Pool. There's Tucker. Oh, come on. Come on, Goofon. That's bullshit. Nah. Anyway, there it is. Submit nomination. Oh, all it is submission form. All right. And that's that. We'll maybe create a page or something for Goofon. Right? Now, I heard a message come in, and there's a couple I missed, it looks like. Oh! Another one just came in. Hold on. Oh. Who's this? Jeanette! Oh, thank you very much for the well wishes during the storm. $12.11 on PayPal. Thank you, Jeanette. Really, mucho gusto, Miss Angel Russo. I don't know what that means. Thank you very much. And Ben. Ben with 242, and yes, I did get the email. I thought I messaged you back. I don't know why all right. Well, yeah, I did get it. And that's funny. Thank you for the $2.42 on PayPal. Good message. But, and good to know. I mean, how did I not know? You know? How? It's never been brought up. This is a message, this is a conversation I'm having with Ben, Dad, just between me and him. That's funny. Yeah. Thank you both very much for the PayPal. All right. Yeah, it's a funny situation. I can't share it. Let's get on with this. All right. Mick West. Normally, why am I yelling? Normally, I like his debunks. I don't agree with all of them. There's 2 or 3 that I'm not agreeable with on him, on those. And then he does this debunk on direct energy weapons and the supposed Maui fire. You know, the people are saying that there were direct energy weapons used. I'm not so sure, but Mick West did not do a good job debunking it. And he talks about how he says, are directed energy weapons being used to burn cars in Maui? No, he says. Cars burn just fine by themselves. It's just an old conspiracy theory, which it is. But is it based on fact? And that's where I talk about the reality. What's real? How do we know? Mick West tries to show us, right? Let me show you what he did. And he's brilliant at doing this. He's done this on another video where he leaves out the important stuff.
These 3 guys are very puzzled by a burnt-out car that's on the edge of a grass fire, part of the terrible wildfires in Maui. How, they ask, can a grass fire, one that didn't even really reach the car, create such damage, melting metal, shattering windows, and basically destroying the car?
This is Star Wars level
like the
stuff.
Death Star.
Okay, so they go through this, pointing out that there were no weapons being used, no direct energy weapons, and the evidence that he was showing is the typical evidence that you would see in a burning car. He didn't show anything from what was being shown as direct energy weapons in 9/11 or in the Maui fires or in the California fires. Now, it's very, very hard for me to talk about this stuff here on YouTube. So I'm just saying, and I'll put the link to this in the chat, that Mick didn't do a good job. He left out a lot of factors. Like all of this stuff melted. The brakes melted. The engines were gone. You know, this, what he's showing is normal in a car fire. Normal. See all this stuff here? It would be disintegrated. It would be melted off. It would be gone. And he's showing us an example that doesn't match up at all. See, the steering wheel's still here. That would be also gone if this was a direct energy weapon. And there's his examples of, you know, the cars. He doesn't even show the actual cars that could have been hit with direct energy weapons. He shows, you know, the cars that still had all their stuff on. Stuff like all of this would disappear, melt right off. That's what I'm talking about. If it was directed by, if it was on fire by direct energy weapon. And all of these are just car fires. Yeah. So Mick West does the typical. Something Michael Shermer would do. Show you what we already know. And leaving out the most important evidence, the evidence that shows what cars look like getting hit with direct energy weapons, allegedly. We don't know, right? We don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that Mick West didn't do a true debunk, and he's going off. I commented on that thing too. I had to let him know that, yeah, you're not doing it right, in my opinion. Oh, what the? He probably erased it. Let's see. Nope. I said, as usual, you're leaving out the most important parts that prove other sources were used to melt the cars. You leave out the engine. You leave out the brake system. Da, 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 da. I told him. One guy says, we finally agree, Mick. Of course you would. It's funny. That's funny. Usually that guy doesn't agree with Mick. And when he doesn't agree with Mick, I agree with Mick. Oh, that's even deeper. That's just amazing to me. It's true. A lot of people are believing with Mick on this. And those are the people that usually don't agree with him on the UFO debunks. Isn't it weird that because they believe that Lou Elizondo, Christopher Mellon, and all those people are doing right, doing good, getting disclosure for us, but my God, how can Mick go against that? They believe it so much. And this, they actually believe in, so it's okay. But they don't believe the actual truth about ufology. But they believe the truth about what Mick West has shown here. It just goes to show you they don't do the research. They don't know what they're looking at. They just go by whatever Mick showed them without questioning it. I agree with you. I was the only one. Anyway, next. The physics of UFOs is easy. According to the legendary Jack Sarfati, the physics behind UFOs is easy and elementary, and all the smart physicists already understand it. He jokingly calls the host a dumb little. Jack Sarfati also says he knows there is life all over the universe, and he knows that there's aliens because he is a genius and understands physics and has had direct contact with aliens. Yay. I have a video I got to play here. I was going to play that. Who's this? Crash Dive. A $2 super sticker. Well, Crash Dive, that is your first contribution to Goof On This Way. Thank you very much for the super chat. And because it's the first one, well, thank you, Crash Dive, for the $2 super sticker. It's fantastic. Oh, good. All over ufology. No. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, we haven't had to do that in a while. I just wanted to do it. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate the support. All right, let me play this, and then I'm going to get the video out about how Bob Lazar, this guy knows Bob Lazar is full of shh.
That the physics of UFOs, this tic-tac, everything that the Congress with their idiots, they should be talking to me. They're so stupid, okay?
That's what I said.
Call Jack. Talk to me, okay? You talk to me. You don't need anyone else. You talk to me. Don't fuck with the Sarfati. All right. So, but no, seriously, all the physics of this stuff is very elementary. All the physicists who are not stupid and who are not afraid, we all understand what's going on here. It's not hard to understand. Okay, it's easy. It's easy to understand this stuff. Okay. That means we know that there are we know there's life all over the place. There's no question of that.
We know that?
Of course we know that.
How do we know that?
We know that from as a theoretical physicist. I know it with almost 100%. You know how I know it? Because I know the laws of chemistry. I know the laws of physics. I know the DNA code. And this is universal. It doesn't just, it's called the Copernican principle. We're not special. This is all, we're not some special thing. It happens all.
Wow, I'm getting angry watching this. We're not special? Are you out of your Vulcan mind? I knew I didn't like this guy. I don't like it. His ego is speaking without any evidence. Yes, the chances of life being out there is very good, but we don't have any proof yet. Until then, he can't say that.
All over the place. It's just chemistry. It's quantum mechanics. It's Schrodinger's equation. And things that's just going to evolve. You pump energy in, and the complex molecules form, and the DNA code forms, and we're here. We're not so special. Okay?
We don't have any evidence of life.
Anyway. Yes, we do.
How?
Now, see, you don't understand how physics works. I know from the laws of nature that.
Here we go. The kid asks a great question. How? How do you know, right? Listen.
Life.
Anyway. Yes, we do.
How?
He's asking, where's the evidence? How? How do you know? And this guy attacks his character. Basically says you're an idiot.
See, you don't understand how physics works.
See? You don't understand. You're an idiot. Attack his character because he doesn't understand physics? No, because nobody's found life outside of Earth yet. And Jack Sarfati thinks he's so smart and probably right, but until then, you can't say it. Now, I know there's trillions of stars out there. Of course, there's life. Of course. But you can't say it 100%. You just can't yet. Not yet. That's dangerous. Because he's going to teach it to other people that to guess, to theorize is factual. You can't do that. He's giving the impression that it's okay to guess, and it's fine, but not as fact. And that is what I take from what he just said.
I know from the laws of nature that it has to be. But of course we know because I was
you know because you know physics. You claim all this stuff, but we don't know physics. I don't know physics.
But then you have to take my word for it. I know more than you. Okay, you're a dumb little fuck who's only 38 years old, and
I cannot stand this motherfucker. He thinks he's funny. And he's disrespectful old Crodger pig. I knew I didn't like him.
You know because you know physics. You claim all this stuff, but we don't know physics. I don't know physics.
But then you have to take my word for it. I know more than you. Okay, you're a dumb little fuck who's only 38 years old, and I'm 84 years old, and I know things that you don't know. So learn.
Right,
so learn. Did you hear that, jackass? God, I hate people like this. This type of person I grew up with. I know. Believe me, I know. I married into it. I know. Oh, I can't stand people like him. This is Avi Loeb, right? This is Avi Loeb on steroids. This will be Avi Loeb in 30 years.
Years old, and I know things that you don't know. So learn.
Right.
So learn. Yabba dabba dabba.
Yeah, I know things that you don't know. So learn. So learn.
Right.
No. So learn.
Right, but explain to me.
Yeah.
Explain to me.
I was once
like I'm a third grader. How
because it was something called the Copernican principle. People used to think that the Earth was special, and then the whole revolution in astronomy with Isaac Newton and Copernicus is that we're not the center of the universe. So you're just still like the medieval peasant who still thinks we're the center of the universe. The physics of life is out. We have CRISPR. We have a genetic engineering. We know exactly how it works.
Right.
So it's universal. It's gonna.
But that doesn't prove that there's life that there's life out there. That there's interdimensional life or interplanetary life.
Of course, yes, it proves it because we know. Of course, it proves it. If you believe in physics, it's got to be.
Oh my God! How I can't. That's irresponsible. It's irresponsible, and I know some of you might disagree with me. And look. I get the old man routine. I'm a funny, quirky old man. I can say you're a dumb fuck and get away with it. No, you can't. That's so disrespectful. Just because he doesn't understand something or doesn't believe what you believe, he attacks his character. This is what's wrong with that side of ufology, that way of thinking. This is what we see in our ufology today. Just saying it is making it. That's not fact. That's what your belief is, and your belief is not reality.
Even this is not even controversial. Even people who disagree about the aliens and the flying saucer at the time, even they agree with me on this. This is what I'm telling you now is mainstream now.
Oh. The UFO community now believes in me, so come on. I'm right. What a jackhole.
Anyone, you're not, what is your...
That's all, folks. I mean, this guy's a jack-off.
What was your degree in college?
I went to college for 6 months and I dropped out.
Okay, so you don't know anything. You don't know science. You don't know.
That's your job to explain it to me.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so but I can't. It took me 50 years to know this.
Right, but what's the point of spending 50 years learning stuff if you can't explain it to a layman?
But what I'm explaining to you is you have to take my word for certain things because this is.
Oh my God, dude! You got to take my word. You're a dumb fuck. You're not smart. You don't know anything. You're a peasant. Can this guy throw out any more insults? What a dick. Yeah, we get it. You're smart. God, the world can use one less of these.
We can't do everything. We can't do a 4-year thing in 30 minutes.
Right.
But the thing is,
but I need to understand.
What I'm claiming to you is, and this is not just me. This is now almost every scientist called even the the mainstream guys will say, we believe there's life out there. There's no, it would come.
Hey, even the mainstream guys, did you hear what he just said? Even the mainstream guys are saying it now. What the hell do they know? This guy's a walking hypocrisy. If I'm even using the term correctly. What a scum. I don't like him.
Contradict everything we know about science if there wasn't. In other words, when there are these Goldilocks, when there are Earth-like planets, they may not look exactly like us, but then, there's going to be DNA forming because we know how it forms. It's inevitable. So here's my point. Let me make my point. Okay. I'm just going to make the point. I don't want to argue with you because you don't want to waste.
No, this is great. This is fun. I love this.
You're arguing with yourself.
All right. But the point is this. What we know, here's the story. The physics of this stuff is so easy. And life is universal. The DNA codes. It's just quantum physics.
All right, enough of this shit. Get it. Yeah, get it. It's so easy. A peasant like me wouldn't be able to understand it because it's that easy. And the kid asked the right questions. He did a good job. Hey, man, you've been in it 50 years. You should be able to explain it to a layman in a sentence. You should be able to explain it to me so I could understand it. So that's a reality I'm not. That guy is pushing his beliefs on the public, on all of us, saying that there is life out there. Because there's got to be. Right? But you haven't proven it. Well, physics proved it. Science proved it. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. The chances are, okay. The chances are. I'm not talking about chances. I'm talking about fact. Stop telling me the odds. Stop giving me theoreticals and hypotheses that haven't been proven yet. Hypotheses? Anyway, enough about that. Oh my God. Oh, I have so much to go over. Yeah, we're gonna go quick here now. I know, thank you. Yeah, I have some fun stuff we could do, and I was gonna do a tarot card reading. Maybe I'll do that. I tell you what, I'll do it after the show. If anybody wants to stick around after, maybe I'll do one. I don't know if I want to do it yet. I don't know. Really? Okay, all right, here we go. I'm just going to go in the order everything's in. Okay, Representative Jeff Duncan now says the truth's out there about UFOs. Have you seen this guy? He says his colleagues are very intrigued about the UFO topic and believe what they've heard at the UFO hearing. Jeff Duncan sounds like he has an open mind about the UFO topic, this guy says, who posted it. I got to hear this. It's a 40-second clip. Let's see what Jeff Duncan is all about. I want to get a read on this guy because this is a new name. Remember it. JD.
His
Go.
Faith and Freedom Barbecue was held last night in the upstate. Before he took the stage, we were able to speak to the congressman and ask about the recent UFO hearings on Capitol Hill.
I wasn't in those hearings. I've talked to some of my colleagues. They're very intrigued about it. They believe what they have heard. We'll see. You know, it's kind of exciting to think about that. I don't know what the truth is. I think the truth's out there.
Okay. You want to know what I'm getting the vibe I'm getting? It's that time of year. And people are looking for people to look up to and vote for. I'm not saying that's all of it, but why not get involved pick up a few extra V's on the way. He talks like Tim Burchett. Same accent, kinda. Let me get one more read on it.
Ask about the recent UFO hearings on Capitol Hill.
I went in those hearings. I've talked to some of my colleagues. They're very intrigued about it. They believe what they have heard. We'll see. You know, it's kind of exciting to think about that. I don't know what the truth is. I think the truth's out there.
A lot of shoulder shrugs and a lot of eyebrows being raised, and the body language shows he just doesn't know what the hell he said. He's just guessing. His colleagues intrigued when he said that. You know, it was like he did the little shimmy shake wiggle, you know, like get this off of me because I really don't want to say it, but I'll say it anyway without naming names. That's what he did. My colleagues are very intrigued by this. Yeah, they looked at the UFO hearing and said, oh, that's intriguing, then walked away. So until further notice, Mr. Duncan, the jury's still out on you, big guy. Not so sure I trust him. I don't know. The look in his eyes it looked like somebody got in his ear and said, you know, if you talk about this UFO topic and support it, you might gain a few more thousand votes. Okay. Sounds like an idea. All right, what do we got next? Yeah. John Greenwald Jr. posted this from the Black Vault. Says, despite a mountain of evidence showing UFOs encroached on sensitive military areas, the DoD denied interest in them for decades and said they were not a threat, even after Project Blue Book closed in '69 and encounters continued. And today, they want to talk and be open? Why? Yeah, it is interesting. Why? And I thought about that. Why? Because it's something that has been talked about time and time again. And why wouldn't you bring up a supposed threat? A new way of talking about it here. UFO moved from 75 nautical miles east of wherever toward east and faded near blah, blah, blah. Of course, there's redactions. 2 interceptors scrambled from 24th NORAD region failed to make contact with the UFOs. Blah, blah, blah. November 1975. November is coming up. November, believe it or not, is one of the months that has a lot of UFO sightings for whatever reason. And December. I don't know why, but maybe Santa starts doing his practice runs. I don't know. But keep an eye out for November. I'm telling you, I think there's something imminent about to happen. I don't know what. I just feel it's not good. Not this hurricane. This was nothing. I'm talking worldwide changing event. And tomorrow, I'm going to look into this for tomorrow's show about the mass dreaming of the same type of dream that people all over the world are having about the end of days. It's an interesting topic. Dr. Hal Putoff. We all know Dr. H. There may have been some UFO crashes, he says. I mean, he does have one of the highest security clearances. And if you think about what he said, how he said it, and I believe I'm going to play that for you. It's only 57 seconds, but listen to how he says this. Yep, details matter, even in the influx of a voice and the flaring up of a nostril or the raising of an eyebrow. Every detail matters, especially when they're lying. At gush all over. I said at gush.
You know, historically, there's some kind of iconic events that everybody knows about, Roswell and so on, where these crap.
You know, all those events that everybody knows about. You know, the Roswell and Roswell. I'm sorry.
Crashed. What do you think about that? I mean, is that all real or not?
What do you think about that? Is that all real? Or I mean, who's asking these? Oh, it's John Peterson. What a freaking generic first grade question. What do you think about that? Oh my God, hold on. That was hysterical. This was like the biggest no-no in journalism. All right,
These crashed. What do you think about that? I mean, is that all real or not, or what?
Well, I don't specifically know about Roswell because my involvement has been looking at recent data. There may have been some crashes.
See how he said that? Sorry, I took a hit off the vape. You see how he said it? There may have been some crashes and the head almost fell off his body. It bobbled so much. Watch.
There may have been some crashes.
Bobble, bobble, bobble. Bobble, 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 bobble.
We're not going to discuss them, John. You know that. There are claims and people coming forward with pieces of material that they claim came from crashes.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So we're at least taking it seriously enough to examine materials like that get provided to us, see if there's anything we can learn from it.
Man, he is one ugly frog, I tell you that. He does look like a frog. Oh, speaking of which. Oh, Kermit the Frog. No, not Kermit. Oh, Kermit. No. The Frog. This is interesting. Oh, that is not cool. You want to see what I had to look at when I was waiting in the doctor's office? I was going to play this just for the members. But this is unbelievable. Screw this guy. I don't care. He'll never know. You got to see this. He's whittling. He's whittling with a knife. And watch. Come on. I'm at the podiatrist in the waiting room. What the hell is going on in this world? Who does this? Who whittles a piece of wood in the waiting room with a knife? And this guy was off. I mean, this guy was on like another planet. He was all talking to himself, trying to make conversation with people. I had a headset on and never looked up. Come on! I don't know why it's not playing the way it should, but anyway, that's what happened. What are people thinking? I felt weird wearing my earphones. You know, I mean, this guy's whittling wood in a I just thought it was funny. That was weird. That was weird. And, oh, let me show you this world's smallest frog. This is not a joke. This was at my parents' house. The world's smallest frog. It's real. You can see it right there. Oh, come on. I don't understand why things are taking forever to play.
Look at this little frog. It's so tiny. It's the size of a quarter.
I mean, really. It's cute, but... And his legs were kind of reflective. It was kind of cool. There he goes. Yeah, that's Florida. That's Florida, you know. It's all over the place. It's everywhere I go. Everywhere I go in this world where I live. Look at this.
You got your kids here with?
Oh, you motherless!
Well, hello, sweetie. You got your kids here with?
Oh, I swear to God on my life. Really. This should not be happening.
There they are. Bye.
From little frogs to big whooping cranes or whatever they're called. Florida's got them all. It's terrible out here. It really is. All right. Now, you thought the story was completely over about the crazy plane lady. So did I. Well, it is. It's over, but not really. Oh, why would I bring that up? Here it is. So this guy, this is a different interview. And I'm going to play this one. This is from Benny Johnson. Yeah, Benny Johnson. You guys don't know who that is? Very popular show. But he's got this video that I've never seen. So I said, if there's ever anything new, we'll play it, and we're going to play it. He thinks there's something going on. So do I. I think this is the weirdest story.
Guys, it's your boy Benny. What if you got on a plane? What if Tiffany Gomas hopped on your flight and sat right next to you and you were like, whoa? Not a rhetorical question, as Tiffany Gomas is flying again and finally speaking to the press. We know that she is hiding something. Camera interview.
I gotta ask you, how does it feel to be traveling again?
Great.
You know, in the airport again after what you went through?
A little bit of anxiety, but it's been good. Yeah.
Are you doing anything differently? Like, you know,
she's wearing the same blouse. Yes, I use the word blouse because when you speak about women's clothing, you must say blouse.
When you're getting ready to travel, or was there any new techniques you used?
No.
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 But a lot of people are curious.
Yeah.
What exactly you saw, because you know you alluded to what you saw, but like we just want to know, like, you know, what did you see?
I mean, thanks for asking that, but I have been told I cannot comment on it right now.
What?
I see.
I'm sorry.
Are you going to?
With the sideways head tilt, meaning that, and if you looked at all the other shit, which we could go over, but it would take too long. Maybe I'll make a video about it. But her body language shows this is the biggest bullshit story of the decade. It may be more bullshit than, what was that French guy? That black guy who said he got Jesse Smollett? I just stole that from Chappelle. yeah, this could be bigger than that story when this is all fake. I don't think we'll ever find anything out. Ever. I think she's going to be forgotten. See, the whole thing is, she keeps saying that, reporters are, following her around, trying to find her, and that she might as well just talk about it because just get it over with. But she can't talk about it because her lawyers said no. Not yet. Why? Why?
But I've been trying to lay low for the most part, but reporters wouldn't let that happen. So
yeah, well,
I was so much strong-armed into speaking, and now here we are.
Well, I do want to know. You won't say to me what you saw right now. You can't. I just got her.
Yeah.
Well, but what about what was the reason that you wanted to get off so bad?
Again, can't speak on that right now, but
Understood.
I was distressed, and I was getting off the plane. No matter what, I just probably didn't need to make the scene that I made.
Right.
But I was getting off that plane for sure.
Right, and you stand by that,
100%,
even now.
100%.
Whoa. 100%. She was getting off that plane no matter what, and I believe her. That's because we may be victims of some sort of psyop to see how people react when people act this way in public. On a plane, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense. Watch this.
Say what she saw. She can't tell you. I've been advised not to tell you. But I was getting off that flight, damn it. I was getting off that flight. Something bad was going to happen. Whoa. This is crazy. So you can see here in the body cam footage that was released, Tiffany Gomas believed that something awful was going to happen to that plane. See it in the body cam footage. She's obsessed.
She's wearing the same blouse.
She's looking at the flight. She's pointing at it, saying it's not going to make it to its destination. What happened, man? I mean, there are people who postulate, I'm simply talking about what's available on the internet, that maybe she saved that flight. Maybe she saw something and understood something, and she saved it. And because she made such a call to action, a cry to arms, and you will see here, she's brought to tears by what happened. That maybe she saved something terrible from happening. That's just one theory on the great.
I got to tell you, if she's an actress, she's doing a really good job. Really. I don't know, man. But if you look at, she could just be promoting herself, That's the sad part of it all. If you look here, she's got an Instagram account.
Let's put up photos of her barefoot in the kitchen. Uh-oh. Laughing and smiling.
Yeah, I don't want to go on any pictures that shouldn't be played.
Moss.com. But here's the thing that I have never seen. What's going on in this video? So this video is from that body cam footage that I showed you. And we've done our research, and we've gone and we've uncovered a little bit about what went on the rest of the flight, because we want to piece this all together. Tiffany Gomas, to this very day, it remains extremely guarded and extremely defensive about what she saw on the plane that day. But what does she say directly afterwards to the police officers in the body cam footage? This is pretty shocking. Tiffany Gomas talks about what she saw and what happened. She said that there was a man who stole a personal item from her, and that man wouldn't speak to her after stealing her item. What?
To make it.
Okay. So what happened on the flight?
Finally, someone drops the question right.
So we weren't there. So what happened on the flight?
Well, the beside me, I switched seats with.
Okay.
All right, we know the rest of the story. My thing is, how do you go from somebody stealing my iPods, my earbuds, to the plane is going to explode? To her having to get out? Yeah, it's a weird story. It doesn't make sense. And usually when they don't make sense, something's wrong. And you know what I mean. We're being played. I'll put the video to the Benny Show in the link in the show description after the show. Right. I just thought I would go that direction for a little bit. This is very sad, but I have to play it. So I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to play it. And, you know, my goodness, 5 years can either, I mean, what a difference 5 years makes. This person was witty, able to defend, able to speak, and now he's just a shell of his former self. Mitch McConnell freezes up again.
Running for re-election in 2026.
Did you hear the
See that
question,
face?
Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
Says I'm okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
What are my thoughts about what? Running for
Why do they even put him out there? Very sad. That face he made, that's the face my father makes sometimes. He's got Parkinson's. And my dad doesn't freeze up or anything like that, but there's a lot of similarities from what I see Mitch McConnell do to what my father is going through. Good Lord. I hope Johnny D's not here to see that. I'm going to jump ahead to where I got to show you this. See, reality is not the same for you, me, and everybody. We all live in different realities. Yes, we're all in the same game, but different realities. Isn't that weird? It's true. I have no idea what's going on around you right now. That's your reality. And nobody knows what's going on behind the green screen here. It's my reality. But some people, they have no idea what reality is anymore. And Anjali has now proven that. She is trying to make herself out to be some hot, sexy, paranormal chick. She says, for the record, there will be no kissing my sacred cheeks, no matter. My body belongs to me. Yes? Too many entitled statements about random men doing something to my body. Gotta love that, even when my wheelchair hurt the cause, eh? Shame on me for needing physical assistance. Wow, this lady has got some serious issues. So I'm going to show you something. She has got some serious issues. She knows it. She talks about them. I don't know if this is going to show up, but you see this up here? She changed it. Now she has a glamour shot photo. She poofed up her hair. She made it look thicker. She put some highlights in it. She's trying to make herself sexy again. Yeah, I can't follow this pig. No way. She's a pig. I don't like her. She's a squealing, dirty, smelly, grifting pig. And I hope she disappears off the planet and falls into that deep hole where the aliens are there who will do unspeakable things to her body. Yeah, men are just throwing themselves at you. That's why you primped up your hair, redid your makeup. Give me a break, you narcissistic egomaniac. Anjali is one of the worst people that I've ever met online. Terrible person. Very angry. I'm not angry. People think I am. She is angry. I let my shit out every day. She doesn't. She's got so much deep down, stuffed way down. Hence her problems. And we all know about them, which I'm not going to get into, but she's fucked. She's fucked up. All right, next. All right. CIA-funded physicist exposes conscious UFOs, warp drives, and time travel. Oh my God, is this Jack Sarfati? It is again? Oh, wait. Oh, I see. That I accidentally doubled up on it. All right, I played that already. I'm looking for the Bob Lazar guy. Where is he? This might be it. No. This Sarfati, he's making his rounds. He is trying his hardest to get popular before he checks out of this world. You know, usually I put comments with this stuff so I know what I'm looking at or downloading, and I didn't do it here. All right. We're going to have a little fun instead then. I'll find the video. Everybody loves channeling for some reason. Everybody. I don't know anybody who hates it. Okay, I do. I don't hate it. I think it's entertaining. I just wish people would have a disclosure at the bottom that says, this is all bullshit, but it's pretty good. You know, because Bashar, this guy's really amazing. If you really ever watched his hundreds of videos he's got, he does a pretty good job for a grifter, for a made-up personality or two or three or more. He does a really good job acting. I'm amazed. I really am. The more I watch this guy, the more I hate him, the more I love him. He's very dangerous, though. Very dangerous to the people who don't know better. But here we go.
There's a movie called Alien.
Yes.
And I saw it.
Yes.
And after seeing it, I was haunted for 10 years.
Oh, how exciting.
I would have literally night terrors of this thing coming at me that was coming out of the stomach of the
Well,
character.
actually, no, you don't. What happened is you're having encounters with other beings. Those memories have been suppressed. And when you saw the movie, it triggered on an unconscious level.
Okay. So, if you are going to buy tickets to see somebody like Bashar, you may be part of the show. If you have a question and he's going to answer it, he is going to tell you what you are experiencing. Not a doctor, not a psychiatrist or psychologist. Not even a neurologist or a geologist. But Bashir, the channeler, he is going to give you the truth every time, because those are aliens inside his body right now. And they are telling us what we need to hear. He is truly an amazing lying, grifting, stealing, cheating whore. What?
The encounters that you had that were fearful for you. So it's not actually the movie that's doing it. The movie triggered something that's actually happened in your life that you're not completely remembering. You understand?
No. Why would I understand that? So you're telling me that deep down I was abducted by aliens? Yes. Oh, this guy's Oh, he's amazing.
Okay.
Are you sure you understand?
Well, I understand. I don't know.
Do you
that I wanna
understand the
accept
concept
it.
on your planet that has been labeled alien abduction?
Yes.
Well, you're a part of that.
Was I abducted?
Yes. Many times. And the idea, therefore, is that even though those memories of that abduction were suppressed, the movie triggered it to a degree that haunts you. Because
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. This isn't something that happened in 1977. This just happened a week ago. She just saw the movie Alien. And it's triggered something, according to Bashar, inside of her. Hold on. Does anybody here believe that? Raise your hand. No? Don't you think she has watched other alien movies throughout her life? It's not like Alien just came out. That's what Bashar is thinking. Oh, yeah, she never saw the movie. He might not even know the movie. Who knows? Unreal. He didn't even ask her, have you ever seen any movies about aliens? Nothing like that. He just goes right into it. Triggered something in you. But the movie Paul didn't. E.T. didn't. No, none of those. The Thing? No, not a bite. Damn. Independence Day? No. Close Encounters? Alien. Alien did it. Damn it.
because it's telling you there's something else there. There's something you don't quite remember that's real. It's not the movie that's real, it's your experience that it's reminding you of.
What is real? What is real? Right? What is real? I call him Bashir Bullshit. Or Bashir the Great. Check out this one. Oh, you're going to like this. The Anunnaki involvement. See, Bashir knows all because the aliens know all. And when you have bullshittery coming from Bashir, you get, I don't know, bullshit. I have nothing. I think the resources are running low.
Probably not going to pronounce it right, but Nebulu? It's a,
You're talking about Nibiru?
there you go, yes.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
does that have to
Neblu.
do- or the relation, what is that going to happen with us anytime soon?
No.
No,
No.
It's not.
No.
Okay, very good. Perfect. Thank you very much.
You are revisiting the idea that it represents energetically in terms of realizing and awakening to your connection to the ancient extraterrestrials you refer to as the Anu or Anunnaki. Being that you contain their genetics because they were responsible for transforming Homo erectus, Homo habilis into Homo sapien with their own genes. Do you understand?
I think so.
There's a naturally evolved hominid on your planet. It grew naturally on your planet, and there were several branches of this hominid. The extraterrestrial beings that visited your world that were looking for helpers for a certain task actually decided to infuse some of their genetics into one branch of those naturally evolved hominids to create Homo sapiens to be more like them so they could communicate with you and basically tell you what they needed you to do. Now, this was not necessarily an approved thing by...
Right. So, do you hear how silly that is? So they made the humans, right? And then, they decided that they better get a translator. So they created one that can speak to us. Isn't that what he said? They designed it this way so they can have better understanding of what they're doing, right? How does that even work? Listen to the rest. Guess what? You won't even understand. How does he come up with this stuff?
by all of the Anunnaki. And so eventually they were told they needed to leave and leave you to evolve on your own as a truly sentient species. Nevertheless, you are now awakening to the fact that you do contain some of that genetic material. Those markers are opening, and you're experiencing more of the qualities that the Anunnaki themselves originally had. So you are revisiting the concept of Nibiru as a cycle, but the body, the physical body itself, is nowhere near your planet at this point.
Very good. Thank
Does
you
that
so
help
much.
you?
Yes, it does.
By the way, once again, a reminder, had they not tinkered with your genetic material back then and created Homo sapien, the branch they did not tinker with went on to evolve into what you call Sasquatch. That's the natural evolution of the hominid on your planet.
That's the natural evolution of the hominoid on our planet. Bigfoot. Bigfoot. The all-elusive, the all-wise, the all-knowing, the outmaneuvering and out-predicting hominid known as Bigfoot. Man alive. He is amazing. How does he go to sleep at night knowing that he just lied to everybody on the planet? All right. Let's go next. What is in this eater poking out? No, that's not it. Let's see if this is it. No, not in the mood for Alex Dietrich either. Oh, yeah, maybe I am. You know what? Did you know? And I keep forgetting about this. There's a big discrepancy with what Alex Dietrich said and what David Fravor said when they both witnessed the Tic Tac. Did you know? She said the whole event lasted 10 seconds. David Fravor said it lasted about 5 minutes. But she gives a very good explanation as to why that might be. I'm going to play it in 5, 4, 3.
I think there's been a lot of questions about, or I've been asked a lot about the time discrepancy that, Dave Fravor had a much longer visual lock and he felt the encounter was much longer. And, I, as the -2 most junior person in the flight, it doesn't surprise me that my tally was much shorter.
Yeah.
That I was the first to, lose sight and focus more on keeping, not smashing into my lead. And
wow. What a horrible body language piece that was. She does not believe, or she doesn't like what she's saying because it's not the truth. You can just look at her and see it. Even Ryan's like, half smile. I mean, this is a very important picture right here. She does not look happy.
keeping my own jet upright and all of that. So.
Oh, wait, now she looks happy.
Your bucket's more full. That's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Ooh, did you see it? Oh my God, the eye roll. Oh my God, that was huge. Watch.
So, he turned with
Watch.
it and.
No, go back.
Your bucket's more full. That's just the nature of the beast.
Watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see it? Wow. There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that doesn't show up a lot. The proverbial, magical, very rare single eye roll. Even Ryan's looking at it going, she just did the single eye roll. Do you know how hard that is to do? That's her body releasing the truth. That's her body fighting to tell the truth. Sad. I hate to see people in pain like this.
Exactly. So, he turned with it, and then it just disappeared, just zipped away.
Sorry.
And we, as you know, there's 2 radios, 2 ICS, and 4 people just shouting and both
no, we don't know,
asking questions, but then also trying to be direct in the situation where we don't have a playbook, we don't have an SOP or standard comms. So the controller in the Princeton, I think, said,
this is not a story. This is a script. People who tell stories are fluid in their speech. She's choppy. She's umming. She's rolling her eye. This is bad. To have such a discrepancy where she says it only lasted seconds to where David Fravor says minutes, that's huge. And her excuse is that, I was just trying to keep the nose of the plane from hitting any objects in the air. I was just watching. Bullshit. The thing is, she's not good at telling the story. So they gave her a very limited version of it. David Fravor can handle the script. She's just good at, just a few sentences. You can tell. Just listen to her. It's awful to watch. I'm in pain watching her speak. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster ride that's put together wrong.
It's back at your cap point, and
back at your cap point, and what if it was another object, being that, you know what I mean? That's how she's talking. When you're speaking, it's like, I don't know, we were at the cap point, but who knows if it was another object? That's how you tell a story. You don't sit there and just humming and hawing and on and you know what you're going to say when you're going to say it because it's the truth. But when you're lying, you have to cover up, make sure you say everything perfectly.
I don't know whether it's been suggested that somehow it's a sentient being that knew where, it was, or it was otherwise sort of surveilling and collecting information to know where a cap point was. And part of me thinks that maybe the controller just used that as a reference point because we were all familiar with it. So I can't speak to whether how that ended up being the location, but it was so far away that it didn't make sense. And it also made us think, well, maybe it was, our thing that we were trying to intercept.
It was so far away that it didn't make sense. Oh, the cap point?
Far away that didn't make sense. And it also made us think, well, maybe it was, our thing that we were trying to intercept just disappeared in some way. And another thing popped up over there. So
you can't discount that. Yeah.
That's what I said. See, I'm telling you, everybody watches Goof On, but nobody admits it. I said that years ago. I said, well, how do you know there wasn't more than one object? How do you know? They all look alike. That's racist. Shut up. I'll put the link. Nope, no link to that. All right. But I find it interesting. I'm not going to go back and do a body language thing over it. You're welcome. Just not in the mood. We got a lot of show to go over still. Maybe I'll stop it. I don't know. Okay, this I have to talk about. I'm embarrassed for ufology. I'm saddened. James Fox was just given the Stellar Citizen Award. for 2023. This field has little recognition. I was extremely humbled and grateful. Wow. I don't know why I pulled this up, but just Stellar Citizen Award? You mean to tell me there's no one better than James Fox on that list? Wow. You know what you never hear? Jeremy Corbell, James Fox giving back to the community. You know, they're not helping anybody but themselves. They don't. They can't, because all they know is filmmaking and doing research. They don't know about UFO hunting, paranormal hunting. They know some things, of course, just by being in the field for a few minutes, but they aren't helping anybody. I don't know how he got that award, but I'm going to call bullshit. More of the same behind the scenes bullshit. We'll give it to James Fox because of what was that Virunga case? Vagina, whatever. More of the same. All right. So this is what was said. And then I'm going to tell you how he responded. This is by Todd R. He says, "This is between you and I, Joe. Don't hide behind someone else. You're so confident in that this is real, and I'm so wrong and closed-minded. Put up or shut up, big guy. Nothing to gain, but prove it. Either show me it's real or it's bullshit. Let's do an experiment. You in?" Nothing. No reply. So then he says, more of the same with the UFO community and UFO Twitter. Two guys who believe in wacky bullshit like bending spoons and remote viewing are asked if it's real and if they can prove it, which they say yes. And then, as usual, once evidence is asked for, they can't do it. Why is that? Why? If you walked up to Uri Geller, because that's who he's talking about, the spoon bender, the boon sender. If you gave him a spoon and said, bend this, two things will happen. He'll just bend it. Or he'll say, I don't feel strong. I cannot bend the spoon. I've been out all day. I'm tired. He'll come up with some bullshit excuse because it's not a pre-ready, pre-made, pre-warmed up spoon. It's a trick. But here we are asking people of this caliber to review real evidence of the paranormal or ufology or UFOs, whatever. This is amazing. Why are they promoting these people, you ask? Because they get a lot of views and they have an audience that they could steal, that they could borrow. We've seen it over the years. We know that too. It's unbelievable. This guy long ago swapped his academic and scientific credibility for performance art. Never witnessed a more arrogant and pompous person who knows everything. Who's this I'm speaking of? Neil deGrasse Tyson. He is, a lot of people now do not like him. Everybody's going against him. Neil deGrasse Tyson screwed up. All right. So I got to play this. ABC News does a rehash of interviews. Just some clips with Sean Kirkpatrick, David Fravor, Grush. But you got to take a look. This is amazing. And then we'll probably get the hell out of here. I don't know why I'm playing this. I don't think this is what I wanted. Shit. Let's give it a second.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Shut up.
Unidentified aerial phenomena like this object captured on video by U.S. Navy pilots flying through restricted airspace in 2015.
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles.
So do aliens exist, and are those close encounters evidence they visited Earth? To separate fact from fiction, we went to the man leading the search for answers from inside the Pentagon.
I'm a long-term intelligence officer, scientist, and military officer.
Who doesn't give a shh about ufology.
Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, in his first television interview after a year on the job, told us everything is on the table.
What keeps you up at night? Technical surprise. And that could be adversary technical surprise or extraterrestrial technical surprise.
Kirkpatrick leads the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, created by Congress last year to detect, identify, and attribute mysterious objects of interest in the air, in outer space, and even underwater.
What's the most common misconception people have of UAPs or of the work you're doing?
That they're all the same thing and they're all extraterrestrial. And neither of those are true.
His office is investigating more than 800 cases of potential UAPs reported by military pilots and service members. Things like this video from 2019. Navy sailors recording glowing triangles above them, now believed to be ordinary drones distorted by night vision goggles. Many reports involve unusual metallic spheres seen floating in the sky, but most have been later identified as weather or spy balloons.
We have to go through the rigor of taking each one, matching it against our known objects and known catalogs, and then reviewing that, peer reviewing that, making sure that everybody's in agreement.
But there's not an explanation for everything, most notably the so-called Tic Tac incident off the California coast in 2004.
I can tell you, I
Look at the shit-eating grin. I don't get it.
think it was not from this world.
David Fravor is a retired Navy F-18 pilot who spotted the object seeming to move at impossible speeds. He spoke with ABC News in 2017.
We get a call from USS Prince.
All right, we get it. They're just going over old shit. No need to talk about this anymore. Get that out of here. I don't care. I don't know. I got something else I want to play here. What? Oh shit, is it time? Too bad. We're going a little longer tonight. Are we? No, we're not. No, we're not. All right, I've got to, there's just too much. I thought I'd be able to go over all this, but this is a lot of stuff I have to go over. I can't do this. All right. Tomorrow, I am going to, what was I going to look for? Oh, I was thinking about doing a tarot card reading tonight. I can't. I may do it Friday. Instead of having a show where we all talk, maybe I'll do it Sunday. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it Friday. I don't know. But I think I want to do tarot readings one night. Just for fun. Not the whole night, but you know what I mean. Maybe tomorrow we'll do that. Maybe tomorrow. I just can't do one and then get out of here. I forgot. I have to go work out. I have to. Do you want me to dwindle away? All right. Well, did I forget? No, that we did this one. Thank you, Crash. Yeah, I remember. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Appreciate it on a Wednesday. We weren't sure if the power would be on, but since Adalia missed us, well, here we are. And tomorrow night we'll be back. Sunday is football Sunday. I don't know. Does football start this Sunday? I thought it started on the 7th or 8th or something. But anyway, I'm going to play the weekend by ear. Tomorrow's Thursday. I think I'll do them tomorrow. Anyway, we'll be back. Thank you, moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans, mixing it up in the chat room, making this place goof on, at least a place to hang out for a few hours and shoot the breeze. Listen to a little bit of me and go over ufology. And I know we could do better. But we'll see you tomorrow. We do it all the time. Truthology for ufology for you. That was a weird one. All right. Be safe. Be kind. Alien blessed.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life.